Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our beautiful weather window once again today. This shot from our Sky-Fi Tower camera at Hose Landing, looking down at the Columbia River on this gorgeous Friday. And it was beautiful all over north central Washington today with clear skies, a few clouds out there, but we are really going to see some warm temperatures as we move into the upcoming weekend. Keep in mind, though, we haven't seen any measurable precipitation since back into the middle of April, so we do have some fire weather concerns as we do move into the upcoming weekend. We've been talking all week about the dry weather and very warm temperatures we expect this weekend, some places into the lower 90s. We could also see some breezy conditions on Sunday, and that means the potential for fire spread. Many of you will be heading out to campsites around the area this weekend. Be extra careful with those fires with our dry and hot temperatures. We'll tell you how hot we're going to get this weekend coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. 83 students in north central Washington will share more than $1.8 million in state-sponsored health care and STEM scholarships. Washington State Fish and Wildlife Director expresses support for a federal delisting of gray wolves as an endangered species. And this week is National Nurses Week, and nurses around north central Washington were honored at a ceremony last night at the Local Tel Event Center at Pybus Market. But first, we begin tonight. A two-county sales tax hike is being considered as a way to fund future improvements at Pangbourne Airport. It's an idea that received a serious look by a panel of community leaders tasked with helping Chelan and Douglas County port districts address projected future budget shortfalls. The idea of combining the ports into one regional port is also being explored. Douglas County's inability to keep up with its share of airport expenses has resulted in a task force recommendation to functionally consolidate the two port operations. The change is expected to save an estimated $500,000 a year in port and airport operational costs. Paying for future airport facility needs is a separate issue that could eventually lead to the creation of a two-county regional port authority that could potentially tap into local sales tax dollars, according to Wenatchee Mayor Frank Kuntz, a member of that task force. Pangbourne's 10-year capital budget includes about $10 million of additional needed airport projects that are not eligible for federal funding and must be financed using local funds. Mayor Kuntz said the task force held its final meeting on Tuesday and has recommended the two ports immediately move forward with the process of functional consolidation before approaching the legislature at a later time with a request to form a regional port authority. That would be the first of its kind in Washington state if approved. 83 students in north central Washington will share in state-sponsored health care and STEM scholarships. The Washington State Opportunity Scholarship prepares students for jobs by reducing barriers for low and middle income students to pursue high-demand science, technology, engineering, math, or healthcare degrees at eligible Washington State colleges and universities. Each student will receive up to $22,500, along with mentorship and professional development help that will launch their careers. Students in 18 school districts received scholarships. Wenatchee School District registered the highest number, with 17 receiving grant money. Washington State Fish and Wildlife Director Kelly Suswind expresses support for a federal delisting of gray wolves as an endangered species. Suswind said in a letter to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service that taking wolves off the endangered species list is appropriate and timely, especially in the western two-thirds of the state. Suswind's letter is among 56,000 comments received by USFW in connection with the agency's proposal to remove gray wolf protection. Washington State Fish and Wildlife currently manages the wolves in the eastern one-third of the state, where the largest concentration of wolves inhabit. This year, the state confirmed the first breeding pair of wolves west of the Cascade. Suswind adds in the letter, the department is confident that Washington's wolf population is on a path leading to successful recovery. A final decision on the proposed delisting is expected later this summer. The deadline for public comment is May 14th. In other news, this week is National Nurses Week, and nurses around North Central Washington were honored at a ceremony last night at the Local Event Center at Pybus Market. 6 nurses were selected as Nurse of the Year in various categories. They are Billy Tollickson, who you've seen right here on the NCWLIFE magazine this week. She was rewarded for excellence in volunteerism. Carrie Booz was selected Nurse of the Year in clinical nursing. Chelsea Stobaugh was highlighted for her excellence in education and mentorship. Deanna Griggs was selected Nurse of the Year in management. Kim Hinson was selected as Nurse of the Year in community care. And Sean Otley was chosen for executive leadership. All the nurses were nominated by their peers, and congratulations to each. Coming up next here on the NCWLIFE channel, Calling All Makers. The 4th annual Mini Maker Fair is coming up on June 1st. The Wenatchee Valley Farmers Market opens this Saturday at Pybus Market. And the 3-day Bavarian Festival Mayfest began today in Leavenworth. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
I'm working today.
I've got some work to do today.
Don't forget, I've got some work for you today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Thanks.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in our community.
New beginnings feel great, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Be a job creator. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Where will you be a year from now? You could be working as a medical assistant. The Charter College Medical Assistant Certificate Program gets you work ready in 10 months. Add 5 more months to earn an associate degree. We prepare you with hands-on training and support you after graduation with job search help and interview skills. Institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, Charter has been training healthcare professionals for more than 30 years. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Welcome back. And in other news, Calling All Makers. The 4th annual Mini Maker Fair is approaching on June 1st. The fair is a one-day free event for the community to connect and learn more about local innovators from around the state. Led by the nonprofit GWADA, the event is organized by more than 20 students and invites a wide range of makers, from tech enthusiasts to artists and performers. The event is asking local makers, artists, entrepreneurs, and scientists to apply online to participate in the event that draws over 2,500 people to the Town Toyota Center. Applications are open until May 17th. For more information, you can visit wenatchee.makerfair.com/apply. Local farmers, artisans, winemakers, bakers, and chefs make up the friendly, hardworking vendors of the Wenatchee Valley Farmers Market. The market opens this Saturday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the west parking lot of Pybus Market. Along with great produce, the Tri-Cities Steel Band Association will be on hand playing marimbas, as well as the community bookmobile. The Farmers Market runs from May 11th through October 26th. Mayfest began today in Leavenworth. The 3-day Bavarian Festival is a German tradition dating back to the 10th century, when villagers would gather to celebrate the arrival of spring by planting flowers, playing music and games, and raising a maypole in the local square. The festival's signature event, the Festzug, or Grand March, takes place on Saturday. Mayfest kicked off today with the first Sip and Cider event featuring wine and apple cider tasting. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor, naughty cat. Poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Mary Maids.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, the Wenatchee Valley is officially in the midst of a hotel lodging boom. NCWLIFE News Director Cal Fitzsimmons tells us more.
When the Hilton Garden Inn near Pybus opened for business April 26th, it became Wenatchee's largest hotel, adding 177 guest rooms to Wenatchee's pinched lodging market. The 110,000 square foot hotel is Wenatchee's first along the Columbia River, and has taken advantage of that with outdoor spaces and rooms overlooking the river. The hotel also has a lounge and a restaurant that serves breakfast and dinner. This is just the beginning, however, of the lodging boom taking place in the Wenatchee Valley. In the works are a 127-room Residence Inn by Marriott near Walla Walla Point Park, a 103-room Sleep Inn near the existing Comfort Inn and Suites in Old Station, a 99-room Fairfield Inn and Suites being built in East Wenatchee, and a 95-room Wenatchee Abbott Hotel on North Wenatchee Avenue. That hotel will replace the Value Inn, which is due to be demolished. In all, Wenatchee will have more than 600 new hotel beds in the coming years. This is Cal Fitzsimmons for NCWLIFE.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to the details of that, let's take a look outside our weather window, where it's beautiful as we look down at the Columbia River from our Hose Landing Sky-Fi Tower camera. And just a gorgeous day all over North Central Washington today for this May 10th. It sure didn't feel like it, did it? Sunny skies out there, lots of clear skies, and get used to that, because that will be in our forecast not only today but through the weekend and even as we start next week. We'll talk about that in a second. But high temperatures today, unofficially so far, 82 degrees in the Wenatchee area. And as you can see, that is well above where we should be for this time of year. 70 is now our normal high temperature. We started off at 54, also above where we should be for this time of year. 47 is our normal low. 92, our record high, not too long ago either, back in 2013. Our record low was 36 degrees in 1970. 33.13 inches of precipitation. That's where we've stood since about April 20th as far as precipitation goes, and that's why we mentioned earlier in the newscast, if you are heading out camping this weekend, be very cognizant of putting those campfires out, because things are very dry. We haven't seen much precipitation lately, so be careful of that. Also be careful if you're heading into local waterways. The water still is very cold and rising, so if you are going to float or get in your boat this weekend and enjoy the beautiful weather, be cognizant of that as well. Sunrise this morning 5:31, and the sun will set tonight at 8:24. Let's put that surface loop in motion now and show you what we can expect over the next few days. Clear skies tonight. We will see a light southeast wind out there. We'll see more mild overnight lows too, in the mid to even upper 50s around parts of North Central Washington. As we kick it into gear and move into our Mother's Day weekend, it looks great. Saturday sunny, unseasonably warm. Some might even say hot for Saturday as we approach 90 degrees here in North Central Washington. And look at the entire western U.S. Boy, it'll be nice all over the place on Sunday as well for Mother's Day. I hope you have plans outdoors. It should be great. Mostly sunny. We will see a bit of a west wind come up late Sunday afternoon, but still on the mild side. Mostly sunny, just slightly cooler on Monday as an area of low pressure around the British Columbia area begins to move some moisture just into the western part of Washington state. So from Bellingham down into Tacoma, we could see some wet wet stuff beginning on Tuesday. Cooler as well, even cooler than Monday with mostly cloudy skies. And then a 20% chance for rain on Wednesday. Mostly cloudy, cooler once again. That 20% chance of rain will go up to a 30% chance of the wet stuff as we move into Thursday. An even bigger chance for rain as we get into Friday and Saturday, as we will cool down into the lower 70s. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. Tonight will drop down to 59 degrees. Can you believe that? What a beautiful overnight low. 89 for Saturday, 61 our overnight low. That looks like a summertime temperature, doesn't it? 88 for Sunday then for Mother's Day, and happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. 58 will be our overnight low as we move into Monday. 83 then as we begin our cool down the first part of next week. 81 on Tuesday, and then a big cool down Wednesday and into Thursday. 75 degrees both those days, but Thursday a 30% chance for rain. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Moving doesn't have to be back-breaking, stressful work. And I don't want you to make a move that way ever again.
Traditionally, you would rent a truck. You would load up your stuff. You would rent a storage unit. You would transport it. And finally, you would unload your stuff yourself. You don't have to lift a finger. We bring the mobile storage unit to you, we drop it off, then one of our trusted packers can load it for you. We come pick it up and store it securely for you. We bring it back to you. No hassle, no stress.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
When you have to get there on time and looking good, call Fast, Friendly, Reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Available 24/7, AC Checker Taxi has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee for your pre-booked call. Some conditions apply. Call 663-8294. AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Schedule your ride ASAP or book up to a year in advance online at azchecker.com. American Classic Checker Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy finally Friday to you. The Wenatchee Valley Thunder boys lacrosse team advanced in the playoffs last night with a 14-8 win over visiting Mount Si. The Thunder wasted no time setting the tone, winning consecutive faceoffs and scoring 3 goals in the first 2 minutes of the game. after the timeout, Wenatchee would go on to add a couple of more goals. This one here by Tristan Plock, who finished with 4 goals in the game as he cuts across and has no trouble getting it into the net. Also, Jake Strom made it 5-0 Wenatchee. Coach Brennan Parker says getting up early is huge for his team.
The early lead is what sets the tone for the whole game. So Jake Reiner has a hamstring injury. He said, "Coach, I'll go as hard as I can." In the beginning of the game, he won every face-off. We scored 3 goals. They had to call a timeout. We then just kept going from that point, and we never gave them even close to a lead. I think 3 goals was the closest it ever was. So the momentum at the beginning of a game sets the tone for the entire game, and when you're trying to come back, it's a little more difficult than when you're trying to maintain and just build on. So, yeah. Critical today.
Tristan Plock and Jake Strom led the way with 4 goals each, while John Walker had 3. Ben Higley with a goal and 3 assists. Next up for Wenatchee is a road playoff game against Tahoma. That'll be tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Coach Parker says he tinkered with their game plan along the way yesterday and hopes the boys bring the same energy to the next round.
We tried a little bit of zone, a little bit of man-to-man. I'm not necessarily sure which one was the way we want to go on Saturday, but yeah, everybody played well. You know, we've had, like you know, and people have been watching, we've had some injuries and we've had some ups and downs, but today we played really well. We scored more goals than they did, which was ultimately the win. But yeah, no, all around hustle the whole game.
So a big win for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder. Best of luck tomorrow. The Thunder played at Wenatchee Valley College last night because the beautiful game was being played at the Apple Bowl with the Final Four in the District 6 1A championships. In the first game, Bridgeport handled Chelan 4-0 to finish 3rd. The Goats will be 4th as the boys, both teams will have to play the crossover games against Northeast A coming up tomorrow. Then in the championship, Kashmir surprised Cascade by downing the Kodiaks 2-0 for the District Championship. Caleb and Evan Bakken scored both Bulldog goals as Kashmir handed Cascade its first loss of the season. Both will head to the state tournament, but Kashmir as a #1 seed. There's some playoff baseball being played today. If you want to get in and around and get some good hardball in, the District 6 4A tournament gets underway right now. As a matter of fact, this afternoon, Eastmont playing at Moses Lake while Wenatchee travels to Davis. Winners will play for the district title tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock at the higher seed. Also closer to home, Recreation Park, the site today for the District 5-6 2B tournament. Earlier today, Walla Walla Academy faced Liberty Bell, and then Manson and DeSales, the winners, are playing as we speak. And in the 1A CTL NEA crossover game, it's tomorrow. Chelan hosts Deer Park at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Taking a look at the prep softball schedule, Wenatchee hosting Davis in a Big 9 doubleheader today at Walla Walla Point Park. Eastmont's on the road at Sunnyside for 2. District 6 1A tournament wraps up tomorrow in Peshastin as Cascade and Okanagan play the first game at 11 o'clock for the championship. Then it's Chelan and Kashmir at 1 o'clock. Losers will play, or the loser of the first game will play the winner of the second game at 3 o'clock. Coming up tomorrow in playoff soccer, Eastmont faces Sunnyside for the District 6 4A championship. That'll be at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Winner goes to state. The loser's season is over. The 1A CTL NEA crossover games are tomorrow at 1. Chelan travels to Lakeside while Bridgeport hosts Medical Lake. Prep tennis postseason continues as well. Day 2 of the Caribou Trail League Championships tomorrow at Harmony Meadows in Manson. That starts at 10 o'clock. Big 9 district tournament's first day will be at West Valley High School tomorrow, also at 10. Also, quite a slate of things to take in this weekend on the sports calendar. Senior Softball League hosting a Mother's Day tournament going today through Sunday at Walla Walla Point Park. Across the street at the Town Toyota Center, the strong smell of cow poo fills the air with the GS Long Hell on Hooves Rough Stock Rodeo today and tomorrow. The bucking and bronking gets underway at 6 o'clock each night. At Appalachia Arena, they're hosting the Reigning Horse Association Northwest Show. That'll be today through Sunday. And you can run for your mother tomorrow morning at Walla Walla Point Park as the mothers of preschoolers host their annual 1K for kids at 8:30. The 5K will start at 9 o'clock. Well, the Mariners not only lost to the Yankees 3-1 last night, but they may have lost D. Gordon to an injury. Gordon had to come out of the game after being hit in the wrist by a pitch in the 3rd inning. He'll have a CAT scan today to determine the extent of that injury. Meanwhile, J.A. Happ and 4 relievers held Seattle to just 2 hits, 11 strikeouts. Mariners have now lost 9 of their past 11. They're at 500, 20-20 on the season. Ends begin a 3-game series in Boston today. Eric Swanson on the mound against Eduardo Rodriguez. That's sports. Have a great weekend. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. And finally tonight, Native American drummers and dancers will gather this Saturday, May 11th, for the 31st annual United Powwow at the Omak Tribal Longhouse. The public is invited to this free event, which includes afternoon and evening grand entries and a dinner. The first grand entry will begin at 1 p.m. with dinner following at 5 p.m., followed by an evening grand entry at 7 p.m. A United Powwow Queen, Princess, and Brave will also be selected for the 2019-2020 reign. Going to be beautiful weather for it, that's for sure. Let's take another look at your Quick Lube and Tune forecast. And tonight, get ready for a mild one. 59 our overnight low tonight. And then look at those temperatures as we head into the weekend. 89 for Saturday with sunshine. 88 on Mother's Day and mostly sunny. We'll stay mostly sunny on Monday as well. But notice a cool down beginning Monday as well at 83 degrees. Mostly cloudy skies. And we haven't seen many clouds lately, so enjoy that. A little bit cooler. 81 for Tuesday, and then much cooler Wednesday and Thursday, 75 both days, with a storm system moving in late Wednesday into Thursday, bringing a 30% chance of rain. High temperature then at 75. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel Monday morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great Mother's Day weekend.
The NCW Life channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and Other Stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCW Life channel is your local TV station.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine-in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Open 7 days a week, Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine in or take it to go, our friendly staff is here to serve you. Reservations recommended for Friday night's prime rib dinner. Call for live music dates. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
There's no substitute for the power of cable TV advertising. With Solion Cable TV advertising, you can reach your target audience right here in North Central Washington. We understand their viewing habits and can precisely target your customers on great cable networks like these. Call Solion Broadcasting today and let us show you how to put your business message right in front of thousands of prospects at a very affordable price. Solion Broadcasting, 509-888-2020.
The best pizza in the known universe is right here in downtown Chelan, so come on up. For the best locally crafted beer and barbecue in Chelan, come on up.
For the best down-home scratch country cooking in North Central Washington, you'll find it in Manson. Come on up.
Come on up.
Come on up.
Come on up.
Do you have a fun or interesting video you'd like to see featured here on the NCW Life channel? It's easy. All you have to do is send us an email at newsphotos@ncwlife.com.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.